Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. The topic we are going to cover today is anesthesia or anesthetics, in which we are going to do both the local anesthetics and the general anesthetics. We are going to do or discuss both of the types of anesthetics. First, we'll have a general introduction. What is anesthesia or what is anesthetics? Anesthesia basically defines as a loss of sensation with or without loss of consciousness. Means that in anesthesia, basically, not all the time, but certain times, but because loss of consciousness is there. So anesthesia is defined as a loss of sensation with or without loss of consciousness. Means certain times there is loss of consciousness associated with anesthesia, while certain times it is not associated with anesthesia. And both the anesthesia both the types will call anesthesia. Can be effectively achieved with a wide range of drug with very diverse chemical structure. There is no certain specific structure for to be an anesthesia. So there is the chemical structure is very diversified, and we have a wide range of drugs with different chemical structures, which act as anesthesia. The list of such compounds includes not only the classic anesthetic agents, such as the general and local anesthetics, but also many central nervous system CNS depressants, such as analgesics, sedative and hypnotics like barbiturates and benzodiazepines, anticonvulsants, and skeletal muscle relaxants as well. Although various mechanisms of actions are attributed to these agents, ultimately they all produce their anesthetic action by interfering with the conduction in sensory neurons and sometimes also motor neurons. Whatever is the mechanism of action, but ultimately होता क्या है कि होता यही है कि जो sensory nerves जो न्यूरॉन्स हैं उनके अंदर जो है कंजक्शन हो जाती है. मींस दे जो कंडक्शन हो रही होती है सेंसरी न्यूरॉन्स के दौरान, उसको बेसिकली इंटरफेयर करना होता है. वी हैव टू स्टॉप दैट कंडक्शन इन सेंसरी न्यूरॉन्स एंड समटाइम्स ऑन आल्सो मोटर न्यूरॉन्स in motor neurons to seize the motor activity. Many of these agents are routinely used in clinical practices to facilitate surgical and medical procedures. This lecture will focus on those agents typically classified as general and local anesthetics. First, we'll do the local anesthetics. Cocaine is a naturally occurring compound indigenous to Andes Mountains. Basically, this is the most, what you can say, it is the most old chemical compound which is used as anesthetic. West Indies or Java is a place where you can find cocaine, because it is basically isolated from coca beans. It was the first anesthetic to be discovered, and it is the only naturally occurring local anesthetic. All other are synthetically derived. This is the only naturally occurring local anesthetic. Cocaine was introduced into Europe in 1800, following its isolation from coca beans. As I have told you, that it isolates from coca beans, and it's among the tropane alkaloids structurally. There is a very unfortunate thing which is attached with the use of cocaine, is that Sigmund Freud, the noted Austrian psychoanalyst, used cocaine on his patients and became addicted through self-experimentation. And while he was experimenting on it, he was, doing experiment on himself as well. So he got addicted, and that was an unfortunate event. In the later half of the 1800s, interest in the drug became widespread, and many of the cocaine pharmacological actions and adverse effects were elucidated during this time. In the 1880s, Kohler introduced cocaine to the first of the ophthalmology and Hall introduced into dentistry. Means after almost 80 years, both of these doctors, they used cocaine in ophthalmology. Ophthalmology means on the eye surgeries or doing eye procedures, and Hall introduced it into dentistry. Back then it was not known that it will cause addiction as well, so it was used with it was because it was only available basically anesthetic, so it was used, but later when they found that it has very addictive property, so they started to make the derivatives, or different changes were produced in the cocaine structure, and different derivatives are produced. If we see a timeline, we see when these different type of local anesthetics were basically isolated or derived or synthesized. So number one is cocaine, which was, and we have, two types of local anesthetics. They are among the esters or they are amides. Cocaine was firstly isolated and used in 1884, while procaine in 1905, tetracaine and chloroprocaine preceding after. That is 1933 and 1955. While there were also amides on which they were working, and dibucaine was the first one to form, and it is or synthesize in 1932, while lidocaine in 1948, mepivacaine in 1956, and prilocaine. Like this, we have levofloxacin, which is synthesized in 1999. We have been constantly working on different sites, and we have seen different activity, which we'll discuss later. Okay, now local anesthetics. Local anesthetics are drugs that block the sensation of pain in the region where they are administered. Means they produce their action on only the region where they are administered, or you have applied, or or there can be some other procedure as well. Local anesthetics are drugs that block the sensation of pain in the region where they are administered. Local anesthetics act by reversibly blocking the sodium channels of nerve fibers. Basically, it blocks the sodium channels, nerve fibers, in the sodium channels which are present on the nerve fibers, and they act by blocking it reversibly. Means this is reversible, and soon when the action it gets reversible, and you can feel the pain or anything again as well, or you can, when you've experienced numbness, you will again feel the activity, or you can say the उसको दोबारा से आपको जो है वो सेंसेशन बेसिकली जो है वो आपको मिलने लगेगी और होने लगेगी, thereby inhibiting the conduction of nerve impulse. बेसिकली क्या कर रहा होता है वो, कि वो सोडियम चैनल्स को ब्लॉक करके जो नर्व इंडक्शन हो रही है, यानी फ्रॉम वन नर्व टू अनदर नर्व जो इंडक्शन हो रही है, उसको बेसिकली स्टॉप करना होता है ना. और लोकली क्या होता है कि उस लोकल एरिया के जो नर्व फाइबर्स होते हैं, नर्व एंड्स होते हैं, उनके अंदर ये काम होता है, तो वो लोकलाइज्ड वे में होता है, एंड ये उससे में पूरी बॉडी इफेक्टेड नहीं होती है. ठीक है, so that is the main thing in local anesthetic. Nerve fibers which carry pain sensation have the smallest diameter and are the first to be blocked by local anesthetic. Loss of motor function and cessation of touch and pressure follow. सबसे पहले क्या होता है कि वो पेन जाता है, उसके बाद सेंसेशन और टच या प्रेशर का जो होता है वो भी चला जाता है, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द ड्यूरेशन ऑफ एक्शन एंड डोज ऑफ लोकल एनेस्थेटिक यूज. एंड दे ऑल दी सारी चीजें डिपेंड करती हैं किस पे, डोज पे जो कि आपने लोकल एनेस्थेटिक की ली होती है. Okay, local anesthetic can be infiltrated into skin, subcutaneous tissue to achieve local anesthesia, or into epidural या subarachnoid space to achieve regional anesthesia. It can be infiltrated into skin, means if you can apply on your cutaneous area or subcutaneous tissue as well by injecting it, or through epidural. And you know, there is a space in your spinal cord that which is called subarachnoid space. We use that space to achieve regional anesthesia, which is also called spinal anesthesia or epidural anesthesia, which is gaining popularity if we want anesthesia in the lower abdomen or the lower part of the body. Some local anesthesia are like lidocaine, prolicaine, and tetracaine are effective on topical application and are used before minor invasive procedure. Venipuncture, bladder catheterization, and endoscopy or laryngoscopy होती है, तो उस वक्त हमें ये these are very effective. Local anesthesia are divided into two groups based on their chemical structure. The amide group, that is lidocaine, prilocaine, mepivacaine, is safer and hence more commonly used in clinical practice, while the ester group, that is procaine, tetracaine, has a higher risk of causing allergic reactions or systemic toxicity and is therefore reserved for patients with known allergic to the drugs of the amide group. The ester groups have a high risk of causing allergic reactions. So it is therefore reserved for the patients. If we have known allergies to drugs, if we have allergies for amide groups, then we go for the ester groups. Okay. Otherwise, we prefer amide groups. Overdose or inadvertent injection of a local anesthetic into blood vessel can cause systemic toxicity, which mainly affect the CNS, that is tinnitus or seizures, and the CVS, that is bradycardia and arrhythmia. If we have overdose or inadvertent injections of an local anesthetic into systemic circulation. Local anesthetic is preferably used when surgery is minor and does not require general or regional anesthesia. When the surgery which is conducting is minor and it does not require any general or regional anesthesia. And secondly, the procedure can be done quickly and the patient does not need to stay overnight. If the procedure is minor and if the doctor or surgeon can do the procedure very quickly, then also local anesthesia is applied and it is preferred basically. The operation does not need the muscles to be relaxed or for the patients to be unconscious, because certain times you don't need that, you don't want, because general anesthesia, local anesthesia is also always preferred. If the surgeon do not require a very relaxed muscle, then he prefers local anesthesia over general one. Examples include dental surgery, the removal of a verrucua or a mole or a cataract or a biopsies. What should be the ideal properties of local anesthetics? They should be non-irritating to tissue and not causing any permanent damage. They should be low systemic toxicity, effective whether injected into the tissue or applied locally to skin or mucous membrane, rapid onset of anesthesia, and short duration of action. Classification, as I've told you in last 3 slides, that amide, they are basically 2 types, amide type and ester type. In amide types, they have longer acting, bupivacaine, levobupivacine, etidocine, ribovacine, and dupicine. Intermediate acting are lidocaine, that is xylocaine, and mepivacine and prilocaine. While in ester type, we have long acting are tetracaine, methocaine is example. Intermediate acting is cocaine, while short acting are procaine, chloroprocaine, benzocaine, betamin, procaine, while in miscellaneous, we have pramoxine and diclonine and oxytocin. Okay. This is a general chemical structure of local anesthesia, means that for the action or for the binding with the receptor site or for the absorption, this basically for the absorption basically, or and for their action, these three things are required. That is the aromatic lipophilic portion. It should have an aromatic lipophilic portion, an intermediate chain, and amine hydrophilic portion. It should have an amine hydrophilic portion and an aromatic lipophilic portion. These are amino esters and these are amino amides. And ester, procaine, tetracaine, they are short. ये मैंने भी आपको पिछली स्लाइड में बताया कि कौन सा शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन है, कौन सा इंटरमीडिएट है और कौन सा लॉन्ग एक्टिंग है. Okay, lipophilic center, this is important. Carboxylic or heterocyclic होता है, important for diffusion across membrane. As we all know, if the lipophilic center is always important for the absorption in the lipophilic phase or the diffusion across the cell membrane. Ester or amide group is attached with the lipophilic center, while we have a bridge, which is short C chain, and it can have oxygen, nitrogen, and sulfur. And if we have oxygen, nitrogen, and sulfur, there is a change in activity seen. Okay, and we'll discuss it. I'll discuss it. Hydrophilic center is secondary or tertiary amine, cyclic or non-cyclic bhi hota hai. Classification of local anesthesia, number one is benzoic acid derivative. Usually they are benzoic acid derivatives. And in this structure, you can see there is R and R1 or R dash. The basic structure is same, but the R and R dash is different. Now we'll see cocaine के अंदर R जो है वो हाइड्रोजन ही होता है, जबकि R dash the जो tropane जो alkaloidal structure है, that is present. In hexane, you can see it कि आपके पास एक different structure है on R dash. While in cyclomethane, we don't have hydrogen, but benzene, a ring is present within electronegative oxygen atom with it. While p-aminobenzoic acid derivative, in this we have four groups, R, R1, R2, and R3 and R4, which will be substituted in different structures. R, R1, R2, R3, and R4. As you can see, we have different chemical moieties which are present, and later we will discuss what is the difference. These type of structures, they are called analytes, and these are the different type of analytes and the substituents which are present. Miscellaneous, we have phenacane, diprodone, dimethicone, and promexine, diclocaine, and dibucaine. While newer drugs, we have ripovaccine and levobuvacine. Vaccine hai ye. Structural activity relationship of benzoic acid derivative. How what is the structural activity? If we see the structure, there is in one one side we have an aryl group, and the other side we have an amino alkyl group. This is an amino alkyl group, and in between there is a bridge which can be oxygen, which can be sulfur, nitrogen, or etc. Okay, first we'll see the aryl group, which is here. The aryl group. The clinically useful local anesthesia of this series possess an aryl radical attached directly to the carbonyl group. के साथ जो है वो aryl group attached होता है. Substitution of aryl group with substituents that increases the electron density of the carbonyl oxygen enhances activity. ऐसे सब्स्टिट्यूट्स जिससे इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी जो है वो इंक्रीज हो, वो इन्हांस करते हैं एक्टिविटी को। फेवरेबल सब्स्टिट्यूएंट्स एंड अराइल इंक्लूड जो इलेक्ट्रॉन डोनेटिंग ग्रुप्स होते हैं उनमें एलॉक्सी ग्रुप होते हैं, जैसे कि प्रोपाक्सिकोकेन के अंदर है। अमाइनो ग्रुप होते हैं जिनमें जैसे एग्जांपल है प्रोकेन एंड अल्काइल अमाइनो टेट्राकेन। दिस इज बेसिकली peroxycocaine. This is procaine, while this is tetrakane. In tetrakane, we can see that the groups are present in para and ortho position. This homogeneous series increase partition coefficient with increasing number of methylene group. Local anesthetic activity peaked with the C4, C5 or C6 homologous, that is tetrakane, cyclomethicane, because it has a methylene group. They have numerous methylene group attached, so the activity is at its peak due to these methylene groups. Aryl aliphatic radicals that contain a methylene group between the aryl radical and the carboxylate group result in the compound that have not found in clinical use. Means if the methylene group is in between the structure, so there is no particular और कोई profound उसकी activity नहीं मिलती है. Now the bridge X के अगर यहाँ पे X के अंदर क्या लगा हुआ हो, the bridge X may be carbon, oxygen, nitrogen or sulfur. अच्छा, in an isoteric procaine series, anesthetic potency decreases in the following order. अगर procaine series हो तो अगर उसमें अगर आपकी जगह सल्फर लगा हो और ऑक्सीजन, कार्बन एंड नाइट्रोजन अगर इस सीरीज के साथ लगा हो तो समझिए कि पोटेंसी आहिस्ता आहिस्ता डिक्रीज होने लगेगी. सल्फर में सबसे ज्यादा होगी, ऑक्सीजन में, फिर कार्बन and then nitrogen में. These modifications also affect duration of action and toxicity in general. Amides, that is अगर इसकी जगह N लगा हो, are more resistant to metabolic hydrolysis than esters. Thioesters may cause dermatitis, जबकि thioesters जो है वो dermatitis cause कर सकते हैं. In procaine-like analog, branching, especially at the alpha carbon, will increase the duration of action. This effect is not seen in lidocaine series. Increasing the chain length will increase potency, but will not increase toxicity. Now, the amino alkyl group. The amino alkyl group is not necessary for local anesthetic activity, but it is used for to form water-soluble salts. Tertiary amines result in more useful agents. The secondary amines appear to be of longer activity, but they are more irritating. Primary amines are not very active and cause irritation. The tertiary amino group may be diethyl amino, piperidine, or pyrrolidine, leading to the products that exhibit essentially the same degree of activity. The more hydrophilic morpholino group usually leads to diminished potency. और अगर मॉर्फोलिनो ग्रुप बेसिकली जैसे डीएनए का चेन टाइप होती है ना, इसी तरह से ये मिथिलीन ग्रुप के साथ पूरी चेन टाइप होता है, तो इसको morpholino group कहते हैं. Some analogs have no amino groups at all, such as benzocaine. They are active but have poor water solubility. Okay, epidural and spinal anesthesia. इसको थोड़ा सा मैं आपको सिर्फ ये जो मैंने कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स है वो मैंने ये गैदर आउट कर लिए हैं और ये आपके लिए फॉर योर बेसिकली, क्योंकि आजकल बहुत ज्यादा एपिड्यूरल एंड स्पाइनल एनेस्थीसिया यूज होते हैं, तो मैं थोड़ा सा इसको टच किया खाली. Fine. Epidural and spinal blocks are types of anesthesia in which a local anesthetics is injected near the spinal cord and nerve root. It blocks the pain from an entire region of the body, such as the belly, the hips, the legs, or the pelvis. Epidural and spinal anesthesia are used mainly for surgery of the lower belly and the legs. Epidural anesthesia is often used in childbirth, but it can also be used to help control pain after major surgery to the belly or chest. And it is, it is also epidural or spinal is a preferred choice for patients, who are elderly patients, because general anesthesia is avoided in elderly patients. So Epidural is now the doctor's choice or the surgeon choice for the patients which are above 60, or you can say 70-year-old. Epidural anesthesia involves the insertion of a hollow needle and a small flexible catheter into the space between the spinal column and outer membrane of the spinal cord, that is epidural space, in the middle or lower back. The area where the needle will be inserted is numbed with a local anesthetic. Then the needle is inserted and removed after the catheter has passed through it. The catheter remains in place. The anesthetic medicine is injected into the catheter to numb the body above and below the point of injection as needed. The catheter is secured on the back, so if it can be used again if more medicine is needed. So it can be, it is kind of a constant giving drug. Okay. Spinal anesthesia is done in a similar way, but the anesthetic medicine is injected using a much smaller needle directly into the cerebrospinal fluid that surrounds the spinal cord. The area where the needle will be inserted is first numbed with a local anesthetic, then the needle is guided into the spinal canal and the anesthetic is injected. This is usually done without the use of catheter. The spinal anesthesia numbs the body below and sometimes above the site of injection. The person may not be able to move his or her legs until the anesthetic wears off. Now, the general anesthesia or general anesthetics. There is a short history for the this anesthetic, which I have written, and I have written all over, which are the important points. Prior to the mid 1800s, main producing surgical and dental procedure typically were pain-producing surgical and dental procedure typically were undertaken without the aid of effective anesthetic agents. There were no proper anesthetic agents. The chemicals which were used, the chemical methods available at the time included intoxication with ethanol. They give too much sharab to the patient, and sometimes they give hashish, that is cannabis or opium, whereas physical methods include packing a limb in ice, numb कर दें उसको, ठीक है, creating ischemic conditions without tourniquet or tourniquet, inducing unconsciousness by a blow on the head, or the most common technique employing strong arm assistant to hold down the helpless patient during the entire painful surgical procedure, which must be very painful. Additionally, at this time, many practicing physicians had been erroneously taught that pain was a requirement for effective healing. Therefore, the observation of a patient in terrible pain was viewed as a part of normal healing process. These factors, along with the lack of knowledge regarding aseptic techniques or the availability of suitable infections-fighting agents, made surgical procedure a last resort approach to treating disease, which is not anymore. It is not seen as a last resort now, because now we have safer and good anesthesia, and we also know that pain is not, we don't have to observe pain for a normal healing process, and it can be avoided. For anesthesia, there are stages of anesthesia basically. So अवेक से लेके जो सर्जरी के दरमियान जो है वो होती है, तो उसमें ये जो डॉक्टर्स होते हैं, जो सर्जन्स होते हैं ना, जो एनेस्थेटिस्ट होते हैं, बेसिकली अंदाजा लगाते हैं ये सब चीजें देखने से कि ये कौन सी स्टेज पे है. सबसे पहली स्टेज पे एनाल्जेसिया, यानी कि आपको पेन किसी को जो है ना वो होना बंद होता है, दैट इज एनाल्जेसिया. एमनीजिया एंड यूफोरिया, they happens in stage 1, while in stage 2 delirium में चला जाता है बंदा, means excitement and delirium and combative behavior show होता है. Then stage 3 में surgical anesthesia के दौरान जो होती है स्टेज 3, उसमें अनकॉन्शियसनेस आती है, रेगुलर रेस्पिरेशन होती है, डिक्रीज आई मूवमेंट आहिस्ता आहिस्ता डिक्रीज होने लगती है. अंदर स्टेज 4 वो है जिसमें टोटल रेस्पिरेटरी पैरालिसिस होता है, जिसमें मेडुलरी डिप्रेशन हो जाता है, रेस्पिरेटरी अरेस्ट हो जाता है, कार्डियक डिप्रेशन एंड अरेस्ट हो सकता है, एंड नो आई मूवमेंट. होती है। यूजुअली पेशेंट जब इन सब चीजों से बाहर आता है ना, तो उसको ये सब चीजें वो भूल चुका होता है, मतलब वो जितना टाइम ऐसा होता है कि ये सब जो चीजें प्रोड्यूस होती हैं, जो जनरल एस्थीसिया होता है ना, उसमें क्या होता है कि आपको थोड़ी देर तक, तो जैसे इफ यू काउंट बैकवर्ड्स फ्रॉम 10 to 9, तो वो यू मे ओनली काउंट टिल 8 or 7 एंड यू गेट लॉस्ट, मतलब गेट लॉस्ट मीन्स कि आप बेहोश हो चुके होते हैं उस वक्त तक, और जब होश में आते हैं तो सर्जरी वगैरह हो चुकी होती है। Okay. Classification of general anesthetics. The general anesthetics are classified according to their nature. Basically, सबसे पहले उसको nature के accordingly किया जाता है. Volatile or non-volatile at room temperature. They are volatile inhalation. General anesthetics. They are administered by inhalation and are further subdivided as gases, liquids, and liquids. Gases are example are cyclopropane, ethyl chloride, and nitrous oxide, while in liquid form they are diethyl ether, halothane, chloroform, and trichloroethylene. While in non-volatile or intravenous anesthetics, they are non-volatile at room temperature and are administered by intravenous route. They are barbiturates, that is thiopental sodium, methoxyethyl sodium, and norbarbiturates are propionided, and propofol. Induction of general anesthesia. Barbiturates induce general anesthesia rapidly and pleasantly. They have maximum effect in about 1 minute and duration about 5 to 8 minutes. Induction doses produce the highest blood concentration, the greatest effect on body system, and the most side effects. Usual recommendation induction doses of thiopental is adult is 2.5 to 4.5 milligram per kg. In children, it's 5 to 6 milligram per kg, and in infants, it's 7 to 8 milligram per kg. Since some individuals seems particularly sensitive to thiopental, a conservative technique might be to inject 1/4 of the calculated dose and observe patient's response. If this smaller dose has greater effect, reduce calculated, subsequently dosed. 1/4 आप डोज पहले देते हैं, उसका इफेक्ट प्रोड्यूस जो हो रहा है वो कैलकुलेट करते हैं, उससे उस लिहाज से आप अपनी डोज को एडजस्ट करते हैं. Characteristic feature of an ideal general anesthetic. An ideal general anesthetic should be possess the following characteristic features: is that it should be inert, it should be potent and non-inflammable, which is not basically they are not totally non-inflammable. It should be non-irritating to mucous membrane. It should produce rapid and smooth anesthesia. It should produce analgesia and muscle relaxation in addition to anesthesia. It should not produce severe hypertension. It should not produce nausea and vomiting, and it should be compatible with the adjuvant drugs used in anesthesia, and should be economical, and should be stable to heat, light, and alkalis. And we don't find any one anesthesia which, जो इन सब पे पूरा उतरता हो. सही है वो. Still we are in search of finding such an anesthesia. Mechanism of action of general anesthesia. अब इस पे थोड़ा सा गौर करने की बात है कि there are two theories basically. ठीक है. The general anesthetics inhibits CNS neuronal activity, but their precise mechanism of neuronal inhibition is not clear. Several mechanisms were proposed to explain general anesthesia. They are: number one, lipid theory, and the other is the protein theory. In lipid theory, they say that according to this theory, the more lipid soluble general anesthetic concentrate in hydrophobic region of the neuronal cell membrane and cause swelling of these membrane. जो न्यूरोनल सेल होता है उसके जो हाइड्रोफोबिक रीजन होता है वहां जाके कॉन्सेंट्रेट करती है और उसको स्वेल अप करती है. ड्यू टू दिस स्वेलिंग ऑफ द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ मेम्ब्रेन, it alters due to this swelling of this of structure of membrane alters thereby blocks the sodium channel. It basically blocks the sodium channel. Thus the generation of action potential is inhibited and produce anesthesia. In 1901, Meyer and Overton correlated the potency of general anesthesia with their lipid solubility. Basically, and the higher the value of partition coefficient of the compound, more will be its general anesthesia potency. While the protein theory, they say that according to this theory, the anesthetic bind to the hydrophobic site of the protein molecule, basically. वो जो है कह रहा है हाइड्रोफोबिक ऑफ न्यूरोनल सेल पे आ रहा है, जबकि ये कह रहे हैं कि हाइड्रोफोबिक साइट ऑफ प्रोटीन मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ न्यूरोनल सेल मेम्ब्रेन, thus the membrane function is altered and produce anesthesia. The example, cyclopropane. This is the chemistry of cyclopropane. It is prepared from 1,3-dibromopropane with zinc and alcohol in the absence of water. What are the properties? Cyclopropane is a colorless flammable gas with characteristic odor and pungent taste. It is supplied in compressed form in metal cylinders. Cyclopropane forms explosive mixture with air, and the cylinder of cyclopropane are painted in red. Uses hence cyclopropane is used as general anesthetic. It produces rapid and smooth induction and good muscle relaxation, has a wide range of margin of safety. It is administered by inhalation. So we don't have any same structure compound, so there is no specific structural related specificity. Okay, ethyl chloride. Ethyl chloride is chloro derivative of ethane. It is gas at normal condition and is available in compressed form. Ethyl chloride is prepared from ethyl alcohol by passing dry hydrogen chloride iodide. And you can see the ethyl chloride structure. Ethylene chloride is a volatile liquid having a pleasant eternal odor and burning taste. This is its property. It is slightly soluble in water and is also miscible with alcohol and ether. It is used as a general anesthetic administered by inhalation. Nitrous oxide, it is also used as inhalant. Its chemistry is nitrous oxide was first anesthetic. Joseph Priestley first reported nitrous oxide preparation in 1772. It is prepared by heating ammonium nitrate to 200 degrees centigrade. Nitrous oxide is available as a colorless, tasteless, and odorless gas. It is supplied in blue colored metal cylinders, and it is soluble in water, alcohol, and ether. Its uses. In 1800, it was first recognized its anesthetic property. Nitrous oxide is used to induce anesthesia and is followed by ether, halothane, or methoxyflurane. It is also used for short dental operations. Diethyl ether. Diethyl ether was the first compound to be used in anesthetic by American doctor in 1846. James Simpson popularized the use of ether as an anesthetic in surgical operations. It is prepared in laboratory on the large scale by heating mixture of ethyl alcohol in presence of H2SO4 and purified with sodium hydroxide, followed by drying on anhydrous calcium chloride. Properties are that it is a colorless, volatile, highly flammable, inflammable liquid having sweet burning taste and characteristic odor. The anesthetic ether should be stored in well-closed light resistant container in a cool place, while stabilizers like sodium pyrogalate, hydroquinol, or propyl galate are added to anesthetic ether. Uses, it is a safe general anesthetic and it is inexpensive. Halothane chemistry is halothane is 2-bromo-2-chloro-1,1,1-trifluoroethane. It is prepared from trichloroethylene by the following chemical reaction. And this is the chemical reaction through which it is formed. It is trifluoroethane. Properties are halothane is a colorless, non-inflammable liquid having chloroform-like odor. It is non-irritant to skin and mucous membrane. Uses, halothane is one of the most widely used potent anesthetic agent. It is usually administered through nitrous oxide air mixture, or it has more rapid induction. Chloroform is an important halogenated hydrocarbon. It is prepared from bleaching powder and ethyl alcohol by the following chemical reaction. And you need to, remember this reaction which I've shown you. Properties, chloroform is a colorless volatile liquid having characteristic odor and burning taste. It is non-inflammable and is freely miscible with ether and ethyl alcohol. Chloroform must be protected from light and air, otherwise poisonous phosgene is formed. Uses, chloroform is a widely used general anesthetic agent and it is used as a solvent for fats and oils. Trichloroethylene is a derivative of ethane, and it is prepared by alkaline decomposition of tetrachloroethane. Properties: trichloroethane is a clear colorless liquid having chloroform like taste. It contains about 0.008% of thymol as preservative, and it is insoluble in water, but it is miscible with alcohol, chloroform, and ether. Okay. Its uses are, it is weak volatile anesthetic, it possesses potent analgesic action, and it is recommended for dental extraction, orthopedic manipulations, and short surgical procedures. Last is methoxyflurane. Methoxyflurane is the most potent of all inhalation anesthetic. Chemically, methoxyflurane is 2,2-dichloro-1,1-difluoro-1 methoxane. It is available as colorless liquid with sweet odor. Methoxyflurane is non-inflammable, non-explosive, and a potent analgesic. Low vapor pressure makes it the only agent suitable for the open drop method. A disadvantage of the methoxyflurane compared to other inhalants as is a relatively slow induction phase that can result in modest respiratory and cardiovascular depression. Perhaps the biggest disadvantage is that metabolization leads to fluoride ion release, which is nephrotoxic. This is nephrotoxic because of the release of the fluoride ions. An appropriate scavenging system must be in place to protect personal. Okay, thiopentone, okay. Thiopentone is an intravenous anesthetic. It is a barbituric acid derivative and is synthesized by condensing thiourea with ethyl malonate. Properties are thiopentone is available as thiopentone sodium. It is yellowish hygroscopic, having characteristic odor and bitter taste. Thiopentone sodium solution are administered by intravenous route of to produce anesthesia. It is short duration of action, and it is also used to control convulsion. Methoxytrol. Methoxytrol is also a derivative of barbituric acid. It is prepared by condensation of ethyl cyanoacetate with 2-chloro-3-pentyl pentine in presence of sodium ethyl yields ethyl 1-methyl 2-pentyl cyanoacetate, which on further condensation with alkyl bromide yields ethylene, ethyl 1-methyl 2-pentenyl allyl cyanoacetate. Reaction with N-methylurea yields the aminobarbituric acid, which on acid catalyze hydrolysis from methoxytol. Oh no, I have not shown you the all these structures, the chemical जो भी रिएक्शन है वो मैंने इसमें मेंशन नहीं किया है. मैंने सिर्फ मिथॉक्सिटाल का आपको जो है वो आखिर में स्ट्रक्चर दिया है, और यही आप इसको खाली जो है वो फॉर एग्जाम प्रिपरेशन जो है इसको याद कीजिएगा. प्रॉपर्टीज: मिथॉक्सिटाल is available as methoxytol sodium. It is colorless or slightly yellowish crystalline powder. Methoxytol sodium is freely soluble in water. It is used as general anesthetic and hypnotic. It is administered either by intravenous route or intramuscular route. It is more potent than thiopentene sodium. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you very much.